right. Well, good morning. My name is Cindy Robillard. I'm the Business Services Manager with the Department of Labor, and I'm really excited to be joined today by Molly Mahar from Ski Vermont. We're just going to chat a little bit about hospitality and tourism in the great state of Vermont, and really specifically the ski industry and what to look forward to this year. So, Molly, tell us a little bit about what you see for, on the horizon for this upcoming season.
Sure. Well, I thought that I would start just by sort of doing a background in terms of what the ski industry, our place in Vermont's place in the industry in general across the country, and then sort of what the ski industry means to Vermont, just real quickly. So we're the top ski state in the eastern US, and we are number 4 in the country when we measure it in terms of business levels. So, we are number 4 behind Colorado, California, and Utah. So we're in pretty good company there. And we really draw visitors from across the Northeast and across the country, and sometimes from other countries, obviously from Canada as well. Canada being probably the number 1 country we draw from. And we create about 13,000 jobs in the industry across all the ski areas during the winter. So hiring is definitely on our minds, especially with, it's tough to find people these days across all businesses. So, but we're really ramping up because probably, 2/3 of those people are, seasonal jobs in the winter for ski areas. About 1/3 of our tourism spending in the state comes from skiing. And, this is certainly a key economic driver in rural areas of the state, and a lot of other businesses in those local communities, rely on that skier traffic coming in. So it's a really important, economic driver for the state. And a big chunk of tourism. And as I mentioned, it also employs a number of Vermonters, 13,000 at the ski areas, and then there's a lot of other businesses that employ folks during the winter too.
Yeah, that's great. So I love all those details. That's really helpful for us to kind of set the tone or set the context for this conversation. There's a lot going on in a ski resort. Can you talk about the variety of openings, positions, skill levels, pathways that someone might find, and how varied that actually is?
Sure. Well, I think a lot of people are familiar with a lot of the guest-facing roles. If you ski or snowboard, you're familiar with, folks that are selling tickets, lift operators, ski instructors, folks that work in food and beverage, but there's really a whole host of jobs that go into running a ski area. You've got a lot of folks sort of behind the scenes, folks like mechanics, electricians, accountants, people that are trained in marketing and communications, human resources, IT professionals. So there's really a lot of different things that you can do when you're working at a ski area. And it's not uncommon for people to take a seasonal job and then hire on full time and maybe switch careers or learn more as they go. That's pretty common at ski areas in general. And so much of working at a ski area is about community. So usually it's a pretty passionate group of folks that work there. Working with your coworkers is great, but you're also working with the guests. And we're really in the hospitality business, as you mentioned, Cindy. We are really in the business of making sure that people are having a great time in the mountains, outdoors, and giving them that access and helping them with that access is really what we're all about. And it really takes a solid team and teamwork to, provide that experience. And so that's, this is the time of year that our ski areas are building their teams.
Great.
And I can talk a little bit about the jobs too. You had asked about that. So there's inside jobs like guest service, rental shop, housekeeping, food and beverage, childcare's a big one as well. And there's also outside jobs. If you prefer to be outside, you could be teaching skiing and snowboarding, really at all levels. Lift operations, snowmaking and grooming, parking, security, and then also, as I mentioned, there are other departments like human resources, marketing and sales, accounting, that are looking for perhaps seasonal help or full-time year-round help or part-time year-round help. So there's really a lot of variety in the jobs that are open at this point, and there's really something for everyone. If you like being inside, if you like being outside more, or if you like a balance of that. Some ski areas are creating, teams of employees that kind of move throughout the resort as the guest needs change. So for example, parking, rental shop, ticket areas are busy first thing in the morning, but then, ski and ride school ramps up, sort of mid-morning, and then into the lunch hour in the afternoon. Certainly food and beverage becomes busier. So some folks might start their day in the rental shop and might move over to a food and beverage outlet later in the day, that type of thing. So that's kind of a new concept that, creating mountain employees rather than just, oh, I work in one department. And it can keep things, interesting for employees during the day. You're doing something different depending on the time. So, really there's a lot available, and a lot that can appeal to people with different interests.
That's great. I just think, I think what you just talked about makes it, it'd be great for people to just check it out. It sounds like there's a place for anybody who's looking for employment could really kind of fit in. And when we talk about a fit, what are some of the perks or some of the qualities? You talked about the team environment, which I know I've seen when I've been to different resorts. So I know it exists, and I know it's usually a tight community. But what are some of the perks and benefits that you often see with some of these roles?
Sure. Well, free skiing and snowboarding is a big one for you and for your dependents. And typically, employees will get discounts on food and beverage, on retail. A lot of the ski areas have retail shops, so you can, if you need, a new helmet or goggles or clothes, you can get a discount on things like that. Snow sports school discounts if you have children that want to ski and ride, or learn to ski and ride, or if you want to get better. You can get discounts or sometimes free lessons. And then also free and discounted days at some other ski areas are a possibility as well. Some areas do offer free or discounted childcare, which that's a big one because it's really difficult for many families to access childcare right now. And so that can really make the difference. Having childcare available can make the difference between a parent working or not working, and we definitely need parents to be working. It's important. So on the job training is another one. If you're looking to build your skills, if you are starting your career out or looking for a different career, as I mentioned, it's not uncommon for someone to hire on for a seasonal job and then end up in a full year-round job at a ski area. And each ski area is a little bit different, so the benefit information is typically on their websites, on their jobs page, and you can check that out, or if you have questions, you can contact them directly too.
Sure. So that's all amazing information. I think what we should probably kind of wrap up with is what do you think people should do who are interested? Where would be a good place to start their search? How would you recommend someone go about that?
Sure. Well, if you have a specific ski area that you're interested in, I would go to their website and find their jobs page or their employment page. That will lay out sort of the benefits, all the open jobs that you can take a look at those job descriptions, any requirements that they're looking for. And see those benefits that we were just talking about as well. We also have a jobs page at skivermont.com, and that has some general information, some of the things that we've been talking about today, but it also has links to all the different ski area pages. So you can click on, the ski area that you're interested, or the ski areas that you're interested in, and go right to their employment page to get all that information. So that's what I would suggest starting out, or if you know somebody that works at a ski area, talk to them and see, what they like about it. And that's a great way to get a window into the culture and see if it's going to be a good fit for you.
That's really great advice. So lots to learn about, lots to know about with working in the ski industry in Vermont. And I really appreciate you being here today with us, Molly, just to kind of give us this overview. And I will just say to folks, please keep your eye out for upcoming job fairs in communities and at resorts in your communities, because we know they're going to be happening in the coming weeks. And we really hope that people are interested, follow up, and might find a really awesome opportunity in a fun place to work. So thanks very much for joining us, and let's hope for a great ski season.
Yes, thank you, Cindy. It's been great to be here.